Today, we are absolutely plunging into a subject that's not just visually amazing, but also incredibly accessible. We're talking Tokyo, exploring its sights and sounds, the ones that don't cost a single yen. And we're looking at it all through the lens of, well, visual storytelling, capturing those moments.
That's right. So we've gathered, honestly, quite a stack of research, notes, articles, all focused on this, all curated for someone like you looking to get stunning travel visuals in Tokyo, but for free. Our mission here really is to boil all that down, pull out the key insights, those nuggets of knowledge. Think of it as a shortcut, understanding how to experience and, maybe more importantly, film the city's beauty, all using spots that are totally free.
Exactly. So the goal for you listening is, how do you find these free places? Yes, but also how do you use them visually? How do you capture the essence of Tokyo pretty quickly and thoroughly without paying entrance fees? We think you'll find some surprising, really valuable details for your camera work here.
Okay, let's jump in. What really stands out from the sources is just the sheer variety of visual stories you can tell for free. So if you want that sense of scale, the huge city vibe.
Right, that iconic skyline shot.
Yeah, the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. It has observation decks, completely free. And the note suggests going later in the afternoon. On a clear day, the light, it can be incredible.
Like golden hour?
Exactly. Maybe even see Mount Fuji. It's a fantastic, free establishing shot of the city's sprawl.
Okay, but it's not just looking down from high up, is it?
No, not at all. You can dive right into history, culture. Senso-ji Temple, for instance.
Asakusa, right. Very famous.
Very famous and ancient. And visually, it's an explosion. The reds, the golds, all the architectural details, plus the energy of that market street leading up to it, Nakamizadori. The temple grounds themselves. Free. And the sources. They suggest trying early morning.
Less crowds?
Way fewer crowds, better light for details, or even evening when it's lit up. Totally different mood, visually.
And what about, finding some calm? Some green space amidst all the concrete?
Good point. Places like Ueno Park or the Imperial Palace East Garden. These are big, free public spaces.
Bringing nature right into the city.
Yeah, and the research really highlights the visual contrast they offer. The stillness of a garden, maybe some traditional structure with skyscrapers peeking over the trees.
It sounds like a great shot.
It's a goldmine, especially for seasonal changes. Cherry blossoms, autumn leaves. The whole visual palette shifts depending on when you visit.
It does make you wonder how Tokyo manages to weave all that together, history, nature, hypermodernity, and then makes bits of it just open to everyone.
It's quite unique. And then you have the opposite of tranquility, right? The pure kinetic energy.
You mean Shibuya Crossing?
Exactly. The visual story there isn't just the sheer number of people, though that's part of it. It's the patterns of the scramble, that rhythm, the neon signs, the reflections.
How do you best capture that from street level?
Street level works, but our research specifically mentions finding spots above. Look in the surrounding buildings. Often there are free access areas, like cafes near windows or department store viewpoints. You get these really distinct angles. It tells that story of organized chaos much better sometimes.
Okay, that's a great tip. And what about Harajuku, Takeshita Street?
Ah, yes. The color, the individuality.
Definitely visually loud.
Totally. Now, you'll be tempted to shop, obviously. But the street itself, that's a free visual feast. The fashion, the crazy storefronts, the energy, especially youth culture.
So the advice there is?
Focus on the details, the textures, what makes it uniquely Harajuku, capture that specific style and vibe.
Got it. Now, you mentioned something earlier about nuances. Not everything called a park is totally free.
Right, this is crucial actually. The sources flag this. While many places are free, you need to check the specifics. Key example is Shinjuku Gyoen National Garden. It often gets mentioned alongside free parks.
But it's not.
It has an admission fee, I think it's currently $500 for adults. Free entry is conditional, mainly for very young kids or specific prearranged groups.
Okay, so that's important for planning if you're strictly on a 0 yen budget.
Exactly. And it's not just about that one park. It's a broader point from the research. Always double check access, even for places that seem public or free. Understanding those little conditions is vital, saves you time and potential disappointment.
So wrapping this up then, what this deep dive into the sources really shows is the incredible range. Grand scale views, deep historical textures, quiet gardens, buzzing street energy. Tokyo offers so much visually for free.
It really does. By understanding the specific potential and the nuances of each spot, like that Shinjuku Gyoen example, you can capture so many facets of the city.
And bringing it back to you, the listener, These free locations aren't just points on a map. They offer genuinely diverse visual narratives, that mix of old and new, nature and urban life, peace and dynamism. It lets you experience and capture Tokyo's multifaceted character.
And maybe here's a final thought to leave you with. We know Tokyo, especially areas like, say, Ginza, has this image of high-end luxury, cutting-edge commerce. You can even experience that freely just by window shopping the amazing displays there. So, considering that luxury image, what does it really say about Tokyo that it simultaneously makes these incredibly rich historical sites, cultural hubs, and pockets of nature so widely and freely accessible to literally everyone? It's an interesting question, I think, about the city's priorities and how it balances these different worlds.